Tommy's trying to get the camera arranged just right for us, and we're going to start cooking shrimp and corn soup. He is learning to cook, and so we started filming this to make a video. We were peeling the shrimp. This is about a pound of shrimp, and we were peeling the shrimp, and he said, why don't we just do this live? And I looked at the recipe and I thought, well, we can do most of the recipe live. It's got to cook for an hour, but you'll be able to see us getting it all prepared and cooking and everything. And so one thing I'm going to start doing, Toby wants to go outside, I think.
Okay.
I'm going to start deveining the shrimp. You don't typically have to do this with smaller shrimp. I got these shrimp in Louisiana. I don't remember when, but I bought a bunch of shrimp and I put them up and froze them. And these are big enough to be fried. And so, this one's not that big. And here's sorry, I didn't probably send to the dog. But anyway, and so deveining means getting the poop out. And so the way you do that is you just kind of split it like that. You can see that. And this is the poop. And these big shrimp have pretty big poop. And so I don't like to eat their poop. So anyway, I guess maybe I shouldn't have told y'all that. But this is when you have butterfly shrimp, this is what they do. That's one reason I think that they butterfly them, is because they cut them open like that and get the poop out. So Tommy's going to come over here and start with our roux. This is shrimp and corn soup, and it's out of a cookbook called Rotel Cajun Cooking. Oh, you can't see? Okay. That's good.
All right, so let me.
Move that around.
Yeah, we got a little technical difficulties. We've got to get set up here where we can see. Let us know the audio's okay. Those of you who are there already, the Lonely Prepper.
Would you hold
Danny
up?
Green.
Hey y'all. Would you hold up the cookbook and show it to them, please?
Yes. If it don't fall
I
apart.
guess you can't really see what I'm doing on there. Yeah, it's old.
Oh, very old.
This man actually was a news anchor, and he did Cajun cooking and stuff in Louisiana when we lived down there. And so
It looks like, for the uninitiated, it looks like Roger's Cajun cookbook. It's spelled like Roger, R-O-G-E-R, but the French pronunciation is Roger.
Roger.
So it's Roger's Cajun cookbook.
And honestly, there's other recipes in here, but I don't know that I've ever made anything else out of this book. But we love it. Oops.
All right, so you see how the camera is? You can't see the counter.
Right, that's why I'm holding it up in the air.
All right.
So they can see me get the poop out.
All right, what you want me to do?
All right, you gotta read the directions. Tommy has made a couple of things.
I think I've made this before. I don't know.
You know what? I think you did.
I think I made it first. I don't know, maybe not.
But you did make it, and he did it to a T. I don't normally put thyme in it because I don't normally have it, but he did. I remember that.
Cast iron pot?
We're making it in that soup pot right there.
Oh, that's not a cast iron pot.
I know.
All right. So, we're going to be calling out this recipe so you can actually get your pen out, get your pencil, whatever, sharpen your pencil, and write down the recipe, and you can make it yourself.
Yes, and
maybe we might even add it to the description of the video. How about that?
That's a good idea.
We might do that. All right, you gonna call out the instructions and tell me what to do?
All right. Well, first off, you are going to melt in your pot 1/4 cup of butter.
So that means you gotta turn the fire on, right?
Yep.
On the front.
Yep. Now tell me what. Not bad.
Was that the back? Was that the back? Oh, sorry. Yeah. The one that says front burner, would that be the front burner? Sorry. I thought I had a problem going there. So what I need to put it on, like medium?
Yeah, put it on medium. Would you let Toby in, please? Toby's saying he wants to come back in now. It's cold outside. My hand, I don't want to get shrimp everywhere. That's why I'm getting Tommy to do that.
How much put it in?
Oh, it's not in it yet. 1/4 cup.
How much is a fourth of a cup?
Well, the butter
You
people
say-
help you.
Okay, 4 tablespoons equals a fourth of a cup.
Very good. That's right.
Fellas, it tells you right on the paper.
The butter people help you out
The
there.
butter people help you. They got 1 tablespoon, they got little lines that show you where a tablespoon is. And down here it says 4 tablespoons equals a quarter cup. 8 tablespoons equal a half a cup. 2 sticks equals 1 cup. That's pretty helpful information. Well, where'd my pot go?
It's not good to leave an empty pot like that on the burner because it can warp it.
Oh, okay.
And it will make it really hot and burn your
Now I
butter
can't see
too.
my lines anymore.
You ought to be facing the camera, see?
Oh, sorry. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's about right there. So it's about half of it.
Yeah, it's actually a half a stick. I
You
guess I
just
could
told
have
me
told
it's
you.
a half a stick.
I want you to learn, baby.
Alright, just drop it in there.
Yes. And you might want to even put that down between low and medium because that fire's kind of hot.
Turns out there's a little dot on that knob that's about halfway between low and medium. So,
Oh, I've been forgetting to look at the comments, y'all. I've been cracking up at him. Okay, good. Dana Green says she can hear us good. And hey, Dana. Hey, Ellie.
yeah, this is gonna be great. Somebody says.
Yeah.
All right, what next?
Oh,
Hey, look, everybody.
No, you're gonna drop
Shrimp
it on the
poop.
shrimp.
It's shrimp poop.
Don't drop it on the shrimp. All right, you gotta have,
I should be stirring this or something.
yeah, you're gonna need to add in, where
It's
is
not
it?
completely melted yet.
Where is the flour at? You gotta have flour. Put the flour on the counter for you.
I see it.
1.5 tablespoons of flour. But I would put 2 tablespoons of flour.
Even before the butter's all the way melted?
No, melt the butter, but you don't, that butter will burn really quick. So get your tablespoon thing out, ready to go.
Where is it?
Look on top of the little thing.
Oh, yeah.
So see, this is a more exact
The
recipe.
biggest it'll get is 1 tablespoon?
Yeah, come let me show you.
I see it.
You see where it said it?
Yeah. It's wide open.
Well, you read it on there. It says on there.
I know, but that's as big as it gets. Okay. 1.5.
No, I think you need to put 2 because I don't like a greasy roux. A roux is just when you brown flour and oil, and then
Spell
this
that.
case, R-O-U-X is how you spell roux.
What do I stir it with?
Well, one of them spoons up there.
One of these?
Yeah. And you gotta stir it constantly, quietly, because it'll burn.
Sorry.
Anyway, yes, Big Dreams Home said hopefully no scars, baby. Oh, y'all, did y'all see the last video? I sent it to my pastor's wife, and she said she was scared to death the whole time it's gonna cut his finger off. I sent it to my pastor's wife because we were really joking around and having fun and all, but somebody thought I was being ugly to Tommy again. What was the word?
Demeaning, I think?
Demeaning, Julian. And I thought, in Bible study at church, we've been learning about being a good wife and, about respecting your husband and all of that and everything. And I just was kind of mortified. And I thought, what did I do? And a friend of mine had watched it, and I asked her, I said, Jolene, do you think that I acted ugly or anything? And she's like, no, Patty. She said, y'all been married
It's
for...
turning brown.
Oh, we don't want it real brown. Okay. Why don't you put 1 more tablespoon of flour in there? And you can kind of, you stir it constantly, but
This makes me nervous.
y'all, his back was hurting last night after he, oh great, and your back's been hurting today, and now you're cooking again. But anyway, so I was not being ugly. Hey,
No,
Aaron,
she wasn't being ugly.
culture.
We were being playful.
Yeah, but anyway, so I sent it to my pastor's wife. That's why I sent it to her. I said, would you please watch this? And make sure I wasn't, you know, that I wasn't coming across like that. And of course, she knows me well too. So anyway, I wasn't being ugly.
To me, it's smelling a little burnt.
No, that's how it smells. But yeah, put another tablespoon. So now we're putting 4 tablespoons or 1/4 of a cup of butter and the equal amounts of flour. I prefer to make my roux like that because I don't like it that oily.
I put more than another tablespoon.
Okay. Well, see, that's about being a good cook, baby. You just
Yeah,
add
it's
this.
gonna take at least more than that.
All right, I gotta wash my hands. Get the shrimp off. Oh, you know what? No, I didn't wash them good. We gotta have an onion cut up.
I kind of thought I was supposed to be putting an onion in here already.
No, you let your roux get brown.
Yeah, I think it needs more flour.
You let your roux get brown, then you add the onion. No, because we're gonna put the onion. That'd be good. Why don't you put that on real low, baby?
I kind of think I ought to take it off the fire.
Okay.
And just smoke it.
Come push it this way. And then you just turn it and turn the fire off.
That ain't the right one. I get to cut more stuff?
Are you gonna cut it up or you want me to?
I'll cut it. I want to show off my amazing knife skills. I want my chef knife though. I don't want one of them little baby knives.
Well, it's the biggest knife there is.
Thank you, Big Dreams Homestead. Big Dreams Homestead affirmed us, said, I don't think you're being demeaning at all, but playful to me. We appreciate that.
Thank you.
We love each other. She's never demeaning. She's very encouraging to me.
No, I would never want to
Very affirming.
be like that. All right, here's your cutting board.
Now, is she blunt? Yeah, she can be blunt.
But I try to be blunt nicely,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes your face doesn't agree with the tone of your voice.
Sorry, babe.
Wait.
Okay. Now, I mean, I like to hold it and cut it up like this.
I ain't gonna do that.
Okay. Well, we can cut it in discs, and then you can.
That's what I want to do because I like the.
Okay. Well, you want me to cut it in discs?
No, heck no.
Well, but now we gotta have small. We want it small. Okay. Oh, they can see that.
Good. That means they'll be able to see the blood.
Oops, sorry, it was jumpy. That was me.
Oops, that wasn't good.
Okay, you kind of keep them together, and then you can do it in like a lot of
Yeah.
time.
Now, see, I'm a little nervous.
I can finish cutting the rounds up for you.
In other words, please let me finish cutting those rounds up so you don't.
Well, and you might not want to do all that because they're gonna fall down. So you might want to just do like 2 stacks or something.
In other words, just do 2 stacks. See, this is what I like about this fancy knife. I remember watching my buddy Jed Dayreeves, who was a chef, watching him.
Hey.
What? Plus, you can use
It's
that.
not killing your eyes. It's killing my eyes.
That's it. Ow! I'm kidding. Kidding.
Yeah, you're gonna be.
Yeah, it's getting to my eyes now.
Oh, I mean, my eyes are like watering.
Ooh. Ooh.
Oh my goodness, I got tears.
That's a strong onion.
Yeah, that's a strong one.
Okay? Ready to dump them in?
Yeah, you turn that back on.
On low?
Yeah.
Let's see. Front burner. Oh, it's done dried up now.
Wait, you know what? We need to show them the roux and how it looks. Oh my goodness, my eyes are burning so bad. So it's not a real dark roux. It's a more of a medium roux. And actually the picture looks a little darker than it is. And it's not a thick, you know, it's not a whole lot of roux. Okay, baby, here you go.
That is a primary ingredient to many a Cajun recipe.
Yep.
The onions are sticking to this thing.
Yeah. All right.
So that was one whole onion. If you're keeping score at home. Alright, now do I have to stand here and stir this?
No, you don't have to. All right, you can look. But once you pour it, see where your pot's at on the stove?
Yeah.
You need to get it right over, and you look from this way too, and then that way you get it right centered over the burner. There you go. And kind of bang off your spoon and then get that off of there and spread it out. And you can put the lid on it. If you put the lid on it, it'll help the onions to go ahead and cook. Right, once you put the lid on the flour and push it back too, though. Oh my goodness! I'm telling you, I can't believe it. He's better than me with those onions. They really got to me.
They really were tough.
Okay, so
Let me walk around.
we have to let the onions saute. And once they get kind of opaque a little bit, then we're going to add the rest of the ingredients. Except for the green onions, which I picked a lot of green onions earlier today, and I've got them in the refrigerator, cut them up. But this recipe does call for 9 ears of fresh corn. Well, we've never made it with fresh corn. We've always put, well, ears of corn.
This is frozen.
Yeah. We've never made it with ears of corn. I do use fresh corn in it, but when I was at the store, I happened to see this organic corn right there, and so I bought it. I typically won't buy corn in the stores. I'm starting to run a little bit low in my freezer, and so I don't want to run out. It's really kind of strong. You know what, I'm going to put it back on the back burner because we want this to cook slow.
Oh yeah, the front burner is the power burner.
But anyway, so I'm going to be putting, I just kind of guessed about the amount of corn, so I usually put about equivalent of 2 cans of corn in it. And so I'm going to put 1 pack of my frozen sweet corn and 1 can of corn in it. And then also it's going to have a can of Rotel tomatoes, and it calls for a half a can of tomato sauce. It doesn't say if it's a big can or little can. So I usually put a half of a big can because that's what I have, and sometimes I just put the whole can because what are you going to do with a half a can of tomato sauce? So,
when in doubt, big can, all of it.
which of course I am going to be making chili, so I could do that. But it would make more.
You're making chili tonight too?
No.
Oh.
That would be another good thing for you to learn.
Yeah,
Chili.
I love to learn how to do
Okay.
chili.
Hey, have some roots.
Hey, Danielle. Got some Yoders in the house.
Oh, hey, Danielle.
Hey, Darlene. Hey. Big Dreams Homestead, eyes tearing up all the way out there. Wholesome Roots. What's up?
But anyway, so it's really an easy recipe. The hardest part is
She doesn't throw stuff, Lonely Pepper. Lonely
Oh my
Pepper. Lonely Pepper. Lonely Prepper.
Lonely Pepper. Prepper.
Yep.
Um.
Alright, what's next?
But as she holds a sharp knife. Big Dreams Homestead.
Yeah.
So, we're going to cut the shrimp up a little bit because they are bigger. We're going to cut them in half. So you want your big knife?
I want my big knife.
Okay.
I want the chef knife.
Tommy did say that he did not think he wanted to be cooking all the time.
I don't think.
I said, what if in your old age?
So what do I do with them after I cut them?
You can just scoot them to the side.
Now I can tell you, one of my wife's shortcomings is she's impatient. It's because she does everything fast. And she thinks you ought to do everything fast.
It doesn't think you should, it's just...
Watch her. I want y'all to watch. I want y'all to watch her just be destroyed as she stands there and watches me take my slow little pace, because I'm trying not to injure myself. I'm trying to be precise. But it's killing her right now on the inside. It is killing her.
I just saw some dirt or something I wanted to get.
It's killing her that it's taken me this long to do this.
You're just going slow to bother me.
See? But I'm telling the truth though, right? It's bothering you, isn't it?
No, it's not really. It's kind of stressing me out, to be perfectly honest. It's kind of stressing me out on the stove top. You making faces like that?
No! Oop, I found the skin.
That was one you did.
Yeah, I'm sure. Look, I'm almost
I
halfway through.
I never realized what a fast-paced person I was. Totally. I mean, I knew I'd do things fast and everything, but and to be perfectly honest, it's been hard at times working with Tommy because he's just the opposite of me.
I'm deliberate.
I'm
slow.
I mean, we're just opposite, and I'm the kind of person that, okay, let's do it. Okay, it looks good on the outside. Nobody's gonna see the back. It's good. Not him. He's like, everything needs to be perfect and all this. I'm thinking like curtains, so what if the back don't look good, the front does, we cut a wall out, like it was a solid wall, and we cut it in half, or he mostly
Done.
did. And it looked great, and he put like a little shelf on it, and it had spindles going up, and it opened 2 rooms up. It made the house it was not this house, but another house, it made it look huge. And he did a really good job. Now, it wasn't perfect. Tommy's not a carpenter, and I didn't expect it to be perfect. But it looked really good, and nobody walking in except except a carpenter would know that this was, an 1/8 of an inch off of this end, or whatever. And it just drove him crazy. And I'm like, it looks great, nobody will ever know, it's fine, but that's how he is. But, a person that's fast-paced like me is not going to be deliberate and precise and everything. But what I was going to tell you, when I realized how fast I was, was when we first started doing the YouTube videos, and I made biscuits. And I patted them out and everything, and I cut them, and put them on the pan, and he was showing me the video after he had edited it and everything. I didn't know how to do all that then. In fact, I've only known how to do that for a few months. But anyway, so I said, you sped it up where it wouldn't take so long? And he looked at me and he said, no, that's just your normal speed. That's not sped up. And I was shocked because I was doing it so fast, it looked like it was kind of, in fact, what is it?
Fast forward.
Fast forward, yeah. But anyway, it was. But so that made me realize, and then it also made me realize that it's wrong for me to be impatient with someone that's slower. Because I go real fast.
Because the slower people are actually the
normal
normal
people.
ones.
Yeah, I'm abnormal. So.
Yeah. Kim's in the house.
Hey Kim, I made my heart homestead. How are you? I've been thinking about you. I was going to text you earlier.
I'm going to check my roux.
Yeah, I'm going to check it done. I was wondering how y'all are doing with the cold. And hey, y'all, how are all of y'all doing with the cold? Because I know Kim just moved, and she was going to be living in her camper for a little while they were in transition. So that's why I was thinking about her. We're going to be, they keep saying, we're went everywhere from 9 degrees to 13 degrees. And y'all, I know y'all might laugh at me. That's extremely cold.
I posted the weather forecast on Facebook today where it showed 10 degrees here Monday night, and I told them this could be an extinction level event. You may, after this thing gets through here, you may only be able to find Mississippians in a museum somewhere.
Well, Tina says, oh my gosh, Tommy, you can chop more than one at a time. My anxiety for Patty is high. See? Tina's like me. She's fast-paced, I know.
Just because you could don't mean you should.
Big Dreams Homestead says, you can't rush perfection.
Thank you.
But then Wholesome Roots says, you really are moving like a sloth, Tommy.
Sloths are pretty cool.
They are cool. But
Hey, so I don't know what this is supposed to be. It looks kind of dry in there to me.
Okay. Kim says I got about 1/4 of an inch of ice all over everything. It's cold. Oh my goodness. Hey, Country Homestead Preacher. Let me see.
Let me tell you something. I love snow. I love snow when it's 1,000 miles away from here. I'm over it. I'm over it. Down here, snow doesn't do anything but make a mess. And we really don't have it's all joking aside, y'all pray for this area of the country because our infrastructure is not designed for that level of low temperature, and especially combined with moisture. We have all of our power lines are elevated, and lots and lots of people are going to lose power. There'll be elderly people that run out of heat and things like that. So be in prayer for. It's all fun and games, and we do joke about it, but areas like the South just aren't equipped to go. We're supposed to go 48 hours at or below freezing, and we're not. As people, we're not built for that, and our infrastructure's not built for that. Our roads aren't built for that. And
and we don't have those machines to scrape it off and stuff.
Yeah, the cities and stuff don't have roads to prepare for that.
We don't even keep salt here or down here. I mean, they don't have salt to put salt on the roads and stuff. But I don't know if any of y'all have watched our Sustainable Saturdays. I told Tommy that I think I'm going to do a video or go live in the next couple of days making my preparations, because I'm so glad that I've just done those videos. Things are fresh on my mind.
Yeah.
We're going to be putting some rain buckets out because we more than likely will lose power if we get the ice and snow that they say we're going to get, because we're out in the country and it takes a lot longer for them to get our power back on. We've got 51 chicks.
50 chicks in a brooder.
Meat chickens right out here outside, because we're in the South. It don't get that cold, right?
Yeah.
But so
we're gonna have to run a generator to keep the chicks alive.
Yeah, so that's what we were throwing around different things. I have goats that are going to be kidding any day.
Probably whenever the temperatures are right.
Right.
Roads, right?
Roads, yeah.
Yeah. Dang. I don't know. I kept getting wholesome stuck in my mouth. I couldn't come out of the roads. The roads will tell you, the goats are going to kid on the worst weather night of the year. In the middle of the night, worst possible weather. You could write that on the calendar.
Oh, Danielle says, don't drive if it's icy. There's a terrible pileup in Fort Worth today. Danielle, when it snows this much in Mississippi and down south, nobody goes anywhere. We all stay home.
Oh yeah, they close schools.
Yeah, if we have this much snow, we have that much ice under it normally.
Yeah.
So I mean, we don't. I mean, people.
Society shuts down.
Yeah. My uncle moved to what's it? It starts with it's an M. It's a state.
Montana?
No.
Who are you talking about?
Aunt Bunny. Where do they live?
Missouri.
Missouri. I couldn't call that state. Anyway, they moved there, and they had this big snow and everything. Well, he didn't go to work. I mean, in Louisiana, you don't go to work if it snows. Well, about 10 o'clock, they called him, and they said, "Where are you?" He said, "Well, it's snowed. It's got a foot of snow or whatever out there." He said, "In Missouri, we don't stay home from work when it snows." So it was funny because, I mean, that's just what we do. We don't get out in it because, like I said, it's usually ice underneath.
Hey, did you come look at this?
I did, and it's about time to start doing it. But I wanted to answer, Lonely Prepper asked if we had rain all day like they did over in Meridian. Yes,
Yeah.
it rained all night last night. It has rained all day today. In fact, I went out to the household and I picked some mustard greens. They were so good. I want you to show that to them about how it is.
Not only did it rain all night, it stormed all night.
Stormed. But anyway, I did, and I just put on a raincoat and went over there. All right, so you see the onions aren't bright white anymore. They're kind of getting kind of opaque.
A little translucent.
Yeah, translucent is a good word. And so now it is time to start adding some in. Adding some of our other stuff. Oh, I was looking over here.
Don't be distracted. What we put in?
Marsh patches in Missouri too. 21 feels like 9.
Yuck.
About 4 inches so far. Wow. Okay.
What's next?
All right, let's see. It says heat butter and add the
This
flour.
is it.
No, it's not. That's crab and shrimp stew.
Oh,
We have shrimp and corn too.
sorry. Looking at the wrong thing.
All right, making me a brown roux. We did that. With 1/4 cup of butter and 1/4 cup of flour and 1 onion saute. Add the remaining ingredients except the green onions and parsley. So the remaining ingredients is 1 can of Rotel tomatoes. Oh, ready. Open it. Here you go.
You didn't think I was going to know how to do that.
I didn't know if it was going to work for you or not, babe. I'm just glad it didn't fall off and spill everywhere with the hair.
Notice I even stopped.
You did great.
Okay.
All right, let's look at, and then your corn. Put this corn in too.
I'm not sure I'd get this out without destroying the bag.
That's okay, that's a throw. We're gonna throw that away. That's just a little sandwich bag. That's another thing that I do is I freeze my corn like in little sandwich bags because they're small, like this. You can add this other corn, this little, like this. But I put it inside a heavier Ziploc bag, like a freezer bag, and it works perfectly. You don't have to buy, use all the expensive bags. These little sandwich bags are really cheap.
All of this?
Yeah, so we did equivalent to 2 cans of corn, a can of Rotel tomatoes, and we went ahead and put in that whole can of tomato sauce.
Because why not?
Yeah, why not? Rotel tomato shrimp. Oh, the shrimp. We gotta put the shrimp in.
One at a time?
Yeah. Oh, and 1 cup of water too. Can I get that for you?
Yes, please.
You can be stirring that up. Yeah.
Should I raise the temperature now?
Yeah, you could.
To what? Medium?
You could put it closer to high. There you go. And this is a little bit thicker of a soup. I keep looking right down there for the camera and it freaks me out because he's got it kind of up high. So that's why I keep looking like that. But
Makes us look thinner when it's high. I need to put it higher.
But if you wanted it a little juicier, you could add more water to it. We'll have to add a little bit of salt to it too, Tommy.
All right.
The salt
Pink
and
Himalayan
pepper
salt?
taste. Yes. All right, so I'm gonna look and make sure we got.
How much? Tablespoon?
No. Put a 1/2 teaspoon in there.
These are cool little measuring spoons that you can.
This one got washed in the dishwasher. Don't.
Oh, so it don't work like it's supposed to?
No, it's hard to
Anyway,
do.
yeah. I guess that's a 1/2.
Yeah.
See?
All right, so a roux made with 1/2 cup of flour, 1/2 cup of butter, with an onion saute, 1 can of Rotel tomatoes, 1 pound of peeled shrimp, 1 cup of water, 1 can of tomato sauce, and 2 cans of corn.
No pepper?
No. And also green onions after it's cooked.
Alright, do I just put the simmer?
Well, you want to get it up to simmering and then do that, then put the lid on it.
Plus, I gotta get them corn, that frozen corn. Mixed it up.
Yeah, yeah. Here's the green onions here. I put a bunch. I've got so many green
Wait,
onions.
how do I know when it's simmering? You said you gotta get it up to simmering.
Simmering is like it's starting to make it not boiling.
Kind of like a pre-boil state.
Yeah, like little bubbles, like.
Right. Like a baby boil.
Yeah, baby boil. There you go.
Wouldn't that be a pimple?
Oh, gross, Tommy. I don't know. You're gross. Yeah, Copperhead. Oh, hey, Copperhead Road Homestead. He said cooking for two, that's a lot different than cooking for six. I agree. When we used to make this recipe for when there were 6 of us, I doubled it. Or either I made it before the kids were home. But no, I usually doubled it and we all just got a heaping bowl and I would make bread or something like that to go with it. But we're not making bread tonight. It's up to you.
Yeah. So I told Patty when she said, hey, to Copperhead Road Farm, don't say nothing. I whispered, don't say nothing. But you know what? I've decided to say something. If you notice, the latest video we put on uploaded today on our channel was announcing a new series that we're starting on Alderman Farm, and I'm fired up about. And it's called #Follow Fridays at Alderman Farms. And I won't rehash that video. You need to go watch that video. But we're just grateful for the channels throughout our YouTube career that boosted us, that gave us a promotion and boosted our numbers by shouting us out and things of that nature. And we've decided to undertake a pay it forward mentality. And I don't know that we'll be able to do it every Friday, but starting tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. Central Time, the very first actual #Follow Friday will premiere. And guess who it is? It's Copperhead Road Homestead.
Yep.
We had a great time. The video, I cut it down to like less than 10 minutes. We talked for an hour and a half. It just had the best time. Really.
It was hard to cut it down.
It was hard to do that, but had a great time. So be watching, watch your notifications. I hope you've rung the bell. If you haven't, subscribe to our channel, ring that bell so you'll get notified of new uploads and when we go live and things like that. And so at 5 a.m. in the morning, you will see a video titled Copperhead Road Homestead, #Follow Fridays at Alderman Farms. And then, in fact, don't wait. Run over there now. Subscribe to their channel. Ring the bell on their channel. Pick a video of theirs. Comment on the video. Alderman Farms sent us. Do that tonight. Not right now, because right now you're here. And we want you to stay here. But anyway, glad to see you, Copperhead Farm. We consider them new friends of ours.
Yeah, we had such a fun time. They said they had a good time too. And I want to say, hey to Patty G.
Patty G. Every time I see that, I think that's your rapper name.
She might be a rapper.
Yeah, it might be. Patty G. Now I hope people aren't gonna come to my house and kill me because I don't know what that means. That may be some kind of rap sign that.
All right, I'll move the pot up to the front burner and put it on.
To the power burner.
Yes. So to go ahead and bring the temperature up, and once it comes up, then we can move it back to the back burner.
Okay.
So,
I wonder if the other burners feel bad.
You mean jealous?
Yeah, because they don't get to be the power burner.
Yeah, this one is in charge. So that is now. We're gonna saute. Simmer this for about an hour.
So we're waiting for it to pimple before we put the lid on, right?
Yes. That was so gross. Anyway.
Sometimes I amuse myself.
Yeah. He thinks he's quite funny. Anyway, we probably will only let it simmer 30 minutes because it's kind of late. It's already 7 o'clock. I actually had a water leak out of the sink that I had to deal with before I came in here to start cooking. But I'm kind of glad because then we decided to do it together. So, but anyway, this is my green onions, and so I'm going to see how many green onions. This is a 1/2 cup of green onions. We're gonna put them
That's
in
more
there.
than half a cup.
Yeah, we're not gonna put all these in there. This is gonna last us a few days.
Is that Pawpaw's green onions?
Can you smell it?
Yeah. You tell them about that? Did you tell them?
Yeah, this green onions, I don't know. I need to ask my Aunt Rita.
I got pickling on the edge.
Tommy, stop it. Anyway, my pawpaw, he lived to be almost 107. And I don't even remember what year it was when he died, but we were living here, so it's been in the last
20 years.
Yeah, the last 20 years. He probably died. Did Papa die before your daddy? Your daddy died in 2005?
Daddy died in 2005.
For some reason, I want to say Papa died in 2000. Oh, well, I know. He was born in 1895.
93.
95.
You sure?
Uh-huh. And so, yeah. So, 95, he would have been 105.
I don't do math.
In 2000. 105. Right? In 2000? And so it was 2007 when he died.
So
But he
2
hadn't
years
turned.
after my dad.
Yeah.
And he called my daddy the old man.
Yeah,
He said,
yeah.
how's the old man doing? He had a very, very thick Cajun accent, Papa, Mr. Rowe did. He said, how's your old man doing? And let me tell you how old he was. 106 sounds old, but when you realize that my daddy, as of now, would have been retired from Exxon refinery for like 30 years, you know? Papa went to work. Papa retired from Exxon refinery before my daddy went to work there. That kind of puts it in perspective. But anyway, back to Papa's onions.
Yeah, so I've got a store of his onions, and I've been multiplying them out. Well, they're multiplying onions. I just call them green onions, but they're multiplying onions. So when you plant one, that'll multiply to anywhere from 2 to 5 more onions, and then you dry them, and then you replant them. And so I've got a very, very long row of them right now, and they multiplied really good. And what I like about them is they're small green onion. They're not real thick green onions. And you may like the bigger green onions. I don't. I prefer the smaller ones. If you can see, let me see if that's showing. Of course, I've cut them, but I'm trying to see. The camera's a little bit delayed on there. But anyway, I've chopped them up and everything, but they're small around. But I don't know how long Papa had been using, because I remember him drying them and everything. And I got the start from my aunt, not from my Papa. I really wasn't doing hardly any gardening or anything. I was doing a little bit, but I hadn't learned a lot. And boy, I really wish I could talk with him now and find out some of the things that he knew, Okay, babe. It's bubbling around the edges, so it's getting hot.
Remember I said every time I see Patty G, I think it's her rapper name. She said, I wrap presents sometimes. Okay, what?
Alright, it was starting to bubble around the edges, and so we're going to go ahead and turn
That's
it
called
off.
pimpling.
And we're going to put it back on
That's the official culinary term. It was pimpling.
That is gross.
Somebody commented that they were getting hungry, but not anymore. And I assume it was because
I know, it makes me
pimpling.
I know it's gross for a girl, but it makes me want to spit him keep saying that. That's gross. Oh, Patty.
Alright, I'll stop.
Alright, Patty, we're making shrimp and corn soup.
Yeah, you need to go back over somebody had missed an ingredient.
Oh, okay. We're making shrimp and corn soup, and it is from, it looks like Roger's Cajun Cooking, but it's Roger's Cajun Cooking. This is from Louisiana, and it's shrimp and corn soup.
You know what? I'll see if I can find, I wonder if I can find a link to that.
I don't even know if they're still making them anymore.
Maybe not.
I mean, this book's old. Oh, I guess this is my book. I thought this was Mama's book. This was a wedding gift. It says, our best wishes for your future. Hope you enjoy. Fred and Mary Virginia Eckert. Isn't that sweet? I was looking to see how old it is. Oh, well,
so we
got married in 87, so. What?
We're ready to put the top on?
Yeah, but it's going to have to be turned down. So it needs to cook up some more and then put it down on low.
So once I put the lid on it, I turn it down to low?
Yeah. I done lost my place now, y'all. I'm sorry. The recipe.
Nellie wants to know where the shrimp be from?
Okay, I got the shrimp from Louisiana. I don't remember how long ago, but it was at least 6 months ago. I've had them in the freezer. I put them in individual packets, and we actually cut the shrimp in half because they weren't smaller shrimp, more soup shrimp. They were more frying size, and so we cut them in half.
It's good to still have family and friends in Louisiana because we'll get a text message that basically says, "Boat just came in. How many you want?"
You know, down to get shrimp.
And somebody in the family will be running down to the coast, you know, to make a shrimp buy. And so those shrimp, I think, came right out of the water.
Yeah, we got them the day that they were caught. I think, yeah. All right, Tommy, come sit.
All right.
See now it's bubbling up like that?
Yes.
All right, so you're going to turn it down on low and put the lid on it.
All right. Well, you don't have that quite on low.
Yeah. Well, we'll turn it more on low in a minute.
Okay.
All right, so back to what's in there. All right, so the recipe calls for 9 ears of corn.
And I'm gonna put the recipe in the description.
Yeah.
Patty's gonna remember to remind me.
Yeah. And go ahead and write it down though, just in case we forget.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we put equivalent of 2 cans of corn. I put 1 can of corn and 1 cup of my fresh corn in there. 1 can of Rotel tomatoes, 1 pound of peeled shrimp, and we're gonna add a half a cup of green onions for the last 5 minutes of boiling, of cooking it. 1 cup of water. We've made a roux with 4 tablespoons of flour and 4 tablespoons of butter. And in that roux, we sauteed an onion, and then we added all those other ingredients to it. A can of tomato sauce, and supposed to have parsley in it too. Oh, I have some parsley, and salt and pepper to taste. It does call for basil. I'm not putting basil in it, but anyway, I have parsley. This is my dehydrated cabinet. Can y'all see this? I can't see. Can they see
Well,
that?
sorry.
I guess they can. Anyway, this is my parsley.
Somebody said the cookbook's on Amazon. I see it, but I don't see any prices.
When I do my parsley, I don't, some of it's pulverized or kind of crushed up, but you see that this isn't. I don't do that because they say that it stays fresher better, or it has more flavor, or, oh, it is on
Yeah, but there's no
Amazon.
prices. It's not for sale.
Yeah.
Oh, here's one you can buy used for $44.33.
Wow.
Sorry.
I know that's not what this cost beginning.
No, it didn't. That's good. They must be out of print. So you can't find it on Amazon. I was going to post an affiliate link, but
Basil.
there are no prices.
I'm not putting.
So-
I guess we could put a little bit of basil in it. How much basil?
Wow, Nellie says she lives in the
It's a half a
Northeast on the
teaspoon.
coast, and much of their shrimp is farmed. Wow.
Hey, but you know where?
In the Northeast.
In the Northeast, yes, but at least you can get shrimp though.
Yeah, at least you can get them.
That's what
Green Gables wants it, so it's on eBay too. That might be your best bet. Go
Yeah.
to eBay.
yeah.
It's got great recipes in it.
I remember my cousin when he moved to Wyoming. We're gonna go ahead and put a little bit of basil in it. It might be good. When he moved to Wyoming, I remember. Now I was still in high school or younger. No, I was younger than that. But I remember Mama and his mama getting dried shrimp at the store and mailing it to him because he got so hungry for shrimp. I mean, he was born in Louisiana, you know, and just always had that fresh seafood. But my son Cameron, living in Oregon, he doesn't have a problem with finding the seafood and everything. In fact, when we were there and went crabbing, which was so much fun, you know, we ate the Dungeness crabs, and God, they're huge.
They're huge. They're massive.
Huge. We're gonna learn to crab too as soon
Yeah.
as it warms up, aren't we?
Yeah, well. Hey, not learn to crab. We know how to crab. We're gonna go crabbing.
Well,
We're gonna build
we got
traps.
some
and
learning
we're
to do.
Nah. Well, we
We
gotta
don't
learn
even
the
know
laws
where to
and stuff.
go.
Well, we gotta find out where to go. Hey, Green Gables Homestead, I just gave you a wrench. So if you want to go grab one of those eBay links for Roger's Cajun Cookbook and post it in the chat, please do so people can find it. Because it's really, really good stuff. Very representative of actual Cajun food, too.
Yep, it's good. I think when we were cleaning out Mom's house, I couldn't find her book, and I thought I had it, but this one's definitely mine because it's written.
So Dana Green asked, do you have rice with soup? Well,
not with this one.
Not with this one, but you know, it just depends on what the soup is.
Yeah, like when I make chicken and sausage gumbo, we have rice with it. Now, not like a bunch of rice, but some rice.
Yeah.
And what else? Now, some people here in Mississippi, when they make chicken and dumplings, they eat rice with it. Tommy's mom always served rice with chicken and dumplings. Now, we never did. But then she was originally from Mississippi, and you know, I'm originally.
I don't know how many variants of chicken. We need to do chicken and dumplings. We need to do a video doing chicken and dumplings. I don't know how many variants there are of chicken and dumplings, but my mother's chicken and dumpling recipe, which would be a Mississippi chicken and dumpling recipe, is completely different than Patty's family's, which is a Louisiana chicken and dumpling. And
we don't do rolled out dumplings. We do more like biscuit clumps of
drop
dumplings. Drop dumplings. And
yeah,
they're fluffy and that's what
There you go. Thanks, Green Gable.
My daughter, whenever I hadn't made dumplings in a while when she was little and everything, and you know, it's not hard to make chicken and dumplings. It just, you know, kind of takes a little while. And so I announced that I was making chicken and dumplings for supper, and she was excited and everything. So we're sitting around the dinner table, and I put everybody's bowl in front of them, and she says, "This is bread dumplings." She was so upset because my mother-in-law rolled out the dumplings, and she's the only one of my kids that's learned how to make chicken and dumplings.
Yeah,
she learned
she
from my
still does
mother-in-law.
it. She still does it. Thank you, Nellie M. Nellie, well, she retracted it. I don't know why, well, whatever, but thank you, Nellie. Nellie had mentioned that she had just watched the dog attack video, and she took away some good lessons from that, so.
That's good. That's why it's there.
Maybe there was a typo that I didn't see, but.
So, guys,
oh, she removed it by accident. Okay, well, thank
she's
you.
like, oh, never mind.
Yeah,
never mind.
I don't know.
Just teasing.
I don't know. And
so,
y'all, Green Gables, if you're looking in the chat, Green Gables Homestead has posted a link to eBay. We don't get anything from that. And we also make no. Make sure that it looks like this.
And it's Roget's.
Roget's looks like Rogers. And let's see something here. 138 pages, right? There's actually order forms in the back of this one.
That's probably not good no more.
Probably not, yeah. $7.95 plus $2 postage and handling.
Yeah, I didn't figure that's what was paid for this one. I want to show y'all what I picked today. Because y'all in a high tunnel. Look at this.
It's February, y'all.
Now, these have been in the ground almost a year, if not a year. I can't remember when I planted them. Now, see, this one's ugly. I got some ugly ones, but I've got some.
But it's a tomato and they taste fine.
They're not. Yeah, they're real tart though. They don't have the summer sweetness to them. But they're, like Tommy said, they're still a tomato and they taste fine. And so these are vine ripe tomatoes that I picked today.
In February.
It's been crazy. And you know what I saw out there? A flower.
Oh, a tomato plant?
I saw a flower
crazy.
On one of the tomato plants. Now they look so ugly. They look so ugly. What I did is they've grown all the way up and over the top bar, and I've got them drooped down. And I went through and I cleaned off all the old dead yucky looking branches, and so they had the new growth looked pretty and green. Well, most of all that's dead now too. I do have a few tomato plants. One has grown up and over and all the way down. It's on the ground and it's beautiful and green. That may be the one I saw the flower on. I think I'm going to take that part of it, because you know when tomato plants are laying on the ground, they'll start sprouting roots. I think I'm going to bury that and just see if I want to keep growing, keep growing that tomato plant. I'm fixing to pull them all out. This freeze is going to do them in, so I'm going to pick green ones and all. But y'all, they had gotten to where they were only like this big, little bitty. And then you see, I mean, this is a decent size tomato.
That's a decent sized tomato.
Now, when they first started making, this is the big beef, so they were, twice this size.
Yeah.
But Tommy, there's some out there that's a lot bigger than this.
Really?
Yeah.
High tunnels are magic, y'all. I mean, they're just magic.
the year before, I planted a special variety that was supposed to do better in the wintertime. But I think the ticket is having them growing from the spring, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, they've just done really good.
Big Dreams Homestead said, wow, y'all must have great weather. We have a high tunnel.
Yeah.
A seasonal high tunnel. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you know, like we were talking about this weather that's coming through that's going to be anywhere from 9 to 13 is what they're saying.
That'll be the end of that.
We don't typically get that cold. Every once in a while we will. Every once in a while we'll get 19 or 21. That's real cold for us, to where we have to drain our water pipes outside and all that kind of stuff. But this is like once in a, I don't know how often that it gets this.
Yeah,
low.
I'll put it, the first winter that we were here, the first summer and winter were like the worst that anybody could remember. That winter, I don't remember if we broke any records with low temperatures, but I do remember specifically we went 7, I think it was 7 days, maybe 8. It was at least 7 days, consecutive days, at freezing or below. And I've talked to some of the old timers around here. None of them have ever remembered that happening.
For that long of a stretch.
For that long of a stretch. Yeah, go ahead.
This is a thing, my sister had described this to me, and I happened to be at a thrift store and I saw this and I thought, that's what she's talking about. This is a heat diffuser, and you set it on your gas stove, and you see it's got small holes here, big holes here, and so it diffuses the heat a little bit, because my pot's boiling, or Tommy's pot's boiling really fast, and we don't want that. We want it simmering. So we're going to put this up under the pot, and this will slow it down a little bit.
Lonely Pepper Homestead asked if we plant in the ground in our high tunnel, and yes, we do. We recently added a couple of raised beds in the back, but we're still planting in the ground. Now, I don't know if
it's not that we have to. I mean, you know.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Now, we got ours through the NRCS. So did Copperhead Road Farms.
Yeah, yeah.
We recently did a collaboration with Deep South Homestead and Grow Family Network out of Louisiana. Yeah. Grow Family Network also got theirs through the NRCS. Danny and them did not. But Danny was saying in his video, one of the reasons he did not go with the NRCS is because they told him you had to plant directly in the ground. And actually, Grow Family Network said they told him the same thing. Our NRCS office said nothing of that. You know, the only restrictions they told us was, for the first 5 years, you can't park your equipment in there. You can't use it
and that you have to be growing in it.
And that you have to be growing in it. And they made no stipulations about whether you could grow in containers or what.
Yeah, definitely. I know the raised beds, the raised boxes are okay. Now, I don't know if they would say anything about, you know, containers or what. You know?
So, and I'm not knocking anyone out there watching who is using containers inside their high tunnel. You know, that's great. But the whole purpose of a seasonal high tunnel is to extend your growing season by weeks on the front end or months on the front end and on the back end. We're exceeding it by months on the back end.
It's crazy.
And you can plant directly into the ground, because the way that thing is designed, and with the solar energy coming in from the sun, it keeps the ground above that 50 degree
I need to check the
threshold.
temperature. It's been cold for a few days, and I've been keeping a good check on it this year.
We got a compost thermometer just stuck in the ground.
And the lowest it's gotten is 55, my soil temperature. And you know, you want it to be at least 60 when you plant your summer crops and everything. But I need to keep a close watch on it on this cold snap. In fact, I've planted 2 kiwi plants out there. I've got to make sure I cover those kiwi.
Well, Tina said she remembers reading that NRCS here, where's here, but that it has to be planted in the ground for 5 years before you can do raised beds. So I'll tell you, it could very well be that our folks just...
It could be, and it also could be that was 3 years ago or 4 years ago, and they changed the rules. Because the rules used to be you couldn't have electricity in there. And ours said, no, you can have electricity. Yeah. We've got lights in ours, we run fans in ours. You know,
somebody asked about, go ahead.
It's not necessarily grow lights, but I mean, I guess they could have used that. We got them where I can stay out there at night when it's so hot, you know, and do stuff. So.
Tina's in Iowa. That other Deborah said,
The other Deborah's here?
yep,
That other Deborah?
that other
Hey
Deborah,
there.
that other Deborah
The other Deborah.
is here, and she said if the cold isn't going to last long, could you put a space heater in a high tunnel? Well, yeah, but it had to be a big one because I mean the high tunnel was 35 feet wide by 30 by 75 feet long, so that's a massive space.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you know, like if it was not going to be this kind of cold weather, or we just have one night of it, I mean, honestly, or if you're just having a few hours of freezing, yeah, I think you could ward off some losing your crop.
Well, maybe so.
Well, but let me tell you
it has to be
something.
strategically placed.
What month are we in? This is February.
It's February.
I have been kicking myself for not having my tomato plants and all. I'm so glad I don't, because I'd be out there with a space heater. Can I tell you? We'd be running space heaters out there in a high tunnel if I'd already planted my new tomatoes.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I tell you, a friend of ours, I don't know if they moved, so he may not be in business anymore, but Pepper's Plants is a tomato guru, and he had high tunnels before we knew what high tunnels were.
Yeah, yeah.
And had it filled with tomatoes, and he really extended his growing seasons by, apparently there is you can run wire, naked wire in your soil that is like a heating element, you know. So this wasn't jerry rigged. He didn't do this unsafely. It was a system designed to do this.
Just kind of like how you can run the pipes through up underneath with hot water through them.
Yeah,
very similar.
But this was just some kind of naked wire. I don't know if it was copper or whatever, but he had this wire going through his soil, and it was hooked up to some type of heating element that he could heat his soil, and it was very low. It wasn't like real hot, but it would keep that soil from ever dropping below, 60 or whatever.
And that's so important.
You know what page we're supposed to be on, or are we done?
Is that what you're looking for? It's at the very beginning.
But do we need it?
No.
Did you ever read off the?
I did. I read it off.
The recipe again? Okay.
I did. So, I wish somebody would have timed this for me though, because that's one thing we didn't do is notice the time.
Yeah, I will.
So.
Big Dreams Homestead, we've got some playlists, high tunnel playlists. But if you look through our recent videos, you'll find our two most recent videos where we talk about the structure of the high tunnel and how we selected the type of high tunnel and the vendor that we use. And then the second one, the most recent, would be Patty really talking about growing in a high tunnel almost year round and what she can grow. And that video will lead you to the videos from the Grow Family Network and Deep South Homestead. And I think I may have
fun collab.
I think I may have put some cards in our videos pointing to our earlier high tunnel videos as well too. So what else? You got some parsley here? What's that for?
Yeah, I guess we'll go ahead.
Just for garnishing it?
I don't know how long this has been cooking, but the shrimp is done, and so we're gonna go ahead and
We're gonna have a taste test?
No, we're gonna put the green onions and this in it.
Patty G says she's been here about 20 minutes.
Oh well, then this has been cooking for about 20 minutes then, because I think she came after we could.
So Patty, when you got here, what were we doing? I started to look at this and talk to you. So Patty, what were we doing when you got here, Patty?
That tastes so good. You want to taste it?
Yes. It's gonna burn my little mouth. Ooh, it smells good.
Okay.
Sissy boy. Whatever. Yeah.
That's what he used to say something.
Every time at the end of his, he had a little cooking segment.
They say that bon roulette.
No, something sissy boy or something. He probably got it quoted in here somewhere, but
Oh, I bet you.
it was some kind of little French something or other. Yeah, this was copyrighted in 1987, the year we were married.
Oh.
Did you notice that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, first printing May 87, second printing October 87, third printing December 87.
Oh. They have to keep printing them because it was good. All right, here's your measuring cup, baby.
Okay, what am I doing?
Yeah, put the green onions in.
One of these?
Yeah, half a cup.
I'm gonna bruise them.
That's
Is that good?
Mm-hmm.
Roughly half cup.
And this is your this is some basil and some parsley. It's gonna make it taste even better with some green onions in it.
I'll assume I do stir it in.
Yeah, stir it. Stir it.
I wish I could smell this. Man.
Oh my goodness. So all we have to do is let that kind of cook up. Let's show it to them.
Well, let me finish stirring.
Okay.
Are you mocking me?
What you want to do? You want to
I'm
hold
gonna
it?
hold it.
Okay, you hold it.
But I don't know if they're gonna be able to see in there.
I'm watching. I could go lean the camera over.
Why don't you go lean the camera over a little
Yeah,
bit?
because we don't want to keep turning the pot over, huh?
No.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna try and be easy
Y'all
and
smell,
gentle.
y'all try to smell.
But you know,
She's never.
I'm not
used
so
her,
good with that. There
Alright,
it
hold
is.
on now.
That's good. I can see in there.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, now let's set it back down.
Put the lid on it.
Yeah, to make sure the fire's all the way down it is. Okay. I'm gonna raise the camera up a little bit because Tommy's head's been cut off all night.
That's good. Oh, you know what it looks like. You can see it. Ah.
Because there's just in it. So, what I want to do, I'm gonna convert the shrimp and corn recipe for in a instant pot recipe. It would be really easy in the instant pot. It'd be done by now.
Okay, Patty G said when she got here, we had just put it back to simmer.
So
that's about right.
Perfect, yeah.
Perfect.
It says to simmer it for an hour, and I had said we probably only gonna simmer it for 30 minutes. So.
Patty G, food timer.
Thank you for that too. Oh, they said it looks delicious. I'm
It
so
is.
glad to see that other Deborah. It's been a while. Huh?
Yeah, not the one Deborah. That other Deborah's the one we
Yeah,
had to
the
see.
other Deborah. Is another Deborah?
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
It was so funny the first time I saw her ever joining in on the live stream because we had a Deborah that was
Yeah.
coming in, and maybe even two Deborahs, and then that other Deborah started coming, and that was her name, that
Yeah,
other
it was
Deborah.
so
and
funny.
It was just
It's
great.
hilarious. Yeah, we've got several Deborahs in our audience. We seem to attract Deborahs. for
Patty
some
G
reason.
says, "Good job, Tommy."
Thank you very much.
All right, so it's time to sign off, and we can eat.
All right.
And you're gonna saute those for about 5 minutes. Not saute, simmer, and they'll be cooked down, and you can eat it. It's delicious.
Men, you too can be a well-trained husband. Thank y'all for watching. Appreciate all the thumbs up too. We've got 24 watching and 26 thumbs up.
Woo!
So we must have had some drive-by thumber uppers. They just came and gave us a thumbs up and hit the door. But we appreciate that. And
Deborah,
hey, don't forget to tune in. Well, first of all, don't forget to go watch our most recent upload, which was sometime this afternoon, where we are announcing #Follow Fridays at AldermanFarms. And then make sure you ring our bell to get notifications, so you'll get notified. It won't wake you up in the morning if you get notified at 5 a.m. Central Time. I don't think that'll happen. But our first #Follow Friday video will come out in the morning. I've already got a second Zoom interview lined up with a channel.
Yep.
With a channel that has 67 subscribers.
Yep.
And we are tickled to death.
It's gonna be
For,
fun.
but the reason we're doing it is because we know that you, our faithful viewers, will go take care of these people. You will rush over there, subscribe to their channels, hit the bell. It will make their day, y'all. And then you'll find some videos of theirs and comment, "Hey, AldermanFarms sent us. We wish you well. You're doing great." That's going to be fun. Speaking of hitting the bell, hit ours. Make sure you subscribe to our channel for more riveting content just like this. And all kind of weird content. And what else they need to do? Give us a thumbs up if you hadn't already. We'll even take a thumbs down. It's all interaction. And share the videos and go tell all your friends, hey, go watch Alderman Farms.
Thank you.
Bye, y'all. Oh, can't do it here.
Yes, you had to go.
Bye in a minute, y'all. Talk, Patty, or dance or something. Sugar Bear peed on the floor.
What?
Sugar Bear peed on the floor again.
These dogs.
I can't get to the stop button.
Up there.
Ain't nothing like a dog peeing on the floor live on you.